Genesis, the track we're hearing is from the Psychic TV album that's just come out. A lot of the press are treating Psychic TV as a band, but in fact it's much more than that. Can you tell us a bit about some of the concepts that you're dealing with?
No, not at all. Not in the time that you get on a television program. I mean, the whole problem with the kind of television that we're on now is that it tries to give you the answer to the universe in like 1 minute, and anything which is giving real answers must use longer periods of time, and we work in 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Right. This video that we're seeing here being mixed by Sleazy, one of your partners, is an integral part of Psychic TV, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we're a video group integrated with music. We're not a music group using video, and there are 20, 30 people working with us, using us as a platform for things that we want to do.
Okay, so we're going to have a close look now at one of the videos that Peter Christopherson is mixing for us from Psychic TV.
It is the key to the temple.
All our music is whimsical. Whatever appeals to us at any given time in style, then we will have a bash at it. And whether we execute that 100% technically right isn't of very great interest to us, because music per se isn't of interest to us. But records as bits of plastic with ideas and attitudes on them are of interest to us.
You use the word I and we in a new way. Could you explain that?
Well, the I is what we call the flat people, who assume that the person that they've been donated by social conditioning is a one-dimensional actual person. The we is how we see the world, which is that everybody is made up of lots and lots of different personalities, fantasies, attitudes, and that a multi-personality is in fact the reality, not the I personality, and that where those two things meet is the position that we're trying to work at, to break people across from seeing themselves as one-dimensional and having no potential to seeing themselves as being almost anything they want to be, and that those different things don't have to always agree in the usual accepted way.
Sex and sexuality seems to be one of the more obvious subject matters that you're dealing with. Why sex and sexuality?
Because it's the area that most people would like to make greater progress with than they are at the moment.
And because we feel that it's no mistake that in every society and every tribal structure there are laws governing sexuality, and to us that suggests that sexuality has in itself some power and energy which is these societies and controls have a vested interest in suppressing. That freedom is taken away when there is a threat. Therefore there is a threat to control from sexuality, therefore it ought to be investigated and liberated.
You in fact have as if an alternative convention that there is a corporate image with the haircut and the grave, the clothes and so on. Is that not a contradiction if you're challenging people to find their own?
On the surface it's a contradiction, but a lot of the time what we try to do is get people to actually examine ambiguities and hopefully get them to think a little bit about their prejudices about specific ways of dressing or specific ways of cutting your hair or whatever it is like that. And
we like to use contradictions, and to have a very uniform and non-uniform idea combined appeals to us on a mischievous level. And it also is quite obvious to us that people do not have to have their hair the way we do in order to understand what we're talking about or do interesting things. And by declaring that we can look vaguely uniform but have no fear of losing our individuality is to stress in another way, from another direction, that everything basically is going on in here and not out here. Because we're in a society of the superficial and the style. So we're playing a game with style, in a sense, to negate it.
So to share Psychic TV's philosophies, one can deviate from the norm in any shape or form.
Well, you have to, otherwise you don't share the philosophy. So in a sense, it's a red herring. The way we look is a red herring, which is a test to find out whether people really understand what we're doing. not a band, does not do gigs, who could be on stage to present what? And for what reason? We are part as TTV of this final academy because we wish to debate and inform. We feel there's been too much spectacle and entertainment, not enough information. But in a way to integrate everything with no separate territories could be far more unique. Entertainment has no place here. There is no way that Psychic TV could stage a full and truly representative event in this situation. Psychic TV is a name chosen by initiates of the Temple of Psychic Youth to administer the public side of our work. Over the next few months, we hope a full picture of these many forms and media that we are engaged in will come into focus. At this stage, we can merely introduce ourselves and hint that we are back and we are more efficient and we are ready for action. None of us could think of any way that standing here on this stage, messing around with musical instruments and keeping people amused would serve any useful purpose. There's no time. It would totally misrepresent and mislead. It would be a lie. We are not a band. We have no desire to jump around with microphones, trying to look interesting and exciting. As an extension of this Temple of Psychic Youth, we are obsessed with formulating an attitude and approach to life that is practical and is not based upon mystification. A system that anyone can adapt to their own needs and ambitions. We feel a lot of people, even very intelligent and gifted people, have become confused between doing something in public as information and doing it in public as entertainment. This is a final academy. It was not intended as entertainment. But being liked does not necessarily change anything. That's why we stress a constant re-evaluation of yourself, your motivation, your avoidance of any form of laziness or pandering to your friends and the people you have impressed. Discipline. Special discipline. You must not sit there, out there, wherever you are sitting out there, expecting any law of reception. What you want us to be, what makes you feel good, or entertained, or excited. We have to refuse to be what you want us to be. No one has the right to demand us to be what they would like. Take what you get and think about it. We're trying to talk to you seriously. We think it's more important. Don't mind you. It's a little silly. ourselves against. And for whose benefit? Who cares? So what we can do is try and make sure that we believe what we've done was as perfect and accurate as we could do at that time. We haven't got the energy to pander to you.
Computer, now!
focus the will on one's true desires, in the belief gathered from experience that this maximizes and makes happen all those things that one wants in every area of life. Focusing on what you really would like to happen in a perfect world, a perfect situation. Taking away all restrictions and practical considerations. What you'd really want. Then, decide to try and do it. A mere visualization of that true goal begins the process that makes it happen. recheck everything deeper and deeper, more and more precisely, to get closer to and ultimately integrate with your real self.